And here we are, the final two turns of Manila, the Savage Streets, 1945, a game designed by Michael Rinella, solitaire game, second in the series called Area Movement, Solitaire Area Movement Series. This is number 2. And welcome to everybody. Here's Pete from Australia. Let's see who else is here. We have Thomas. You made it on time today. Great to see you. Paul is here from Philly. Riff from Boston. Groucho Marx is in the house. Excelsior from Adelaide, Australia is also here. And Canada is in the house here with William Arends from Kitchener, Ontario. Brian from Memphis, Tennessee, welcome also. And our third Aussie. The Aussies are killing it here. We got 3. So welcome, Peter. So this is the last 2 turns. And let's go to the board and see the situation, because you may think we have a great chance, but let's put the scoreboard on. No, not that one. This one. We got 25 areas. We got to reach 34. And the situation is difficult. We have a chance, but everything has to go well. We have 2 turns. And in turn 8, there's going to be random events. That means something bad is going to happen. In turn 9, if any pause to any of our units happens, it is ignored. So there's a slight chance that there's no negative event. Okay, but here is the situation. We have the 11th Airborne here in this space here, which is Nielsen Airport. And they have to capture some areas that you see here. They have to capture this area here and this area. If they capture those 2 areas, we'll be fine with them. Remember that we are neglecting, or we are bypassing these 2 areas back here, and also the area up here with the number 10 defender. You can only fail to capture 3 areas. So they're going to have to go this way here. Of course, if they create an overrun in the first area, they go to the second one, but it's going to be tough. We have Daniel Silverthorne, you're just in time. And John, you're here also from Nerd Workshop. Okay, so the 11th Airborne, the particularity with them, they don't have the combined arms bonus. It's hard to get. You have to combine it with an armored unit of another unit, and then you get penalized because you're using units of 2 divisions. However, with the 11th Airborne, if we get enough points, we should pick up the unit that they have here in the out of action box. With that unit, that would be one more unit that we can deploy right there at Nielsen Airport. So that's the situation with the 11th. Now, the division that we cannot have a pause, is the 34th. The 34th is in 2 areas, here and here. We have to capture Intramuros. Now, the particularity with these 2 areas is that they are unrevealed. So we have to assume they're going to be fanatics, which means that it takes 2 turns to conquer them. So this group that we see here, the northern group, has to go for Intramuros now in the 8th turn. And the southern group has to go for University of the Philippines. And let's hope that both of them are not fanatics. And if none are fanatics, even better. You played it yesterday. One more area to win. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a nail biter. Okay, so the sequencing is important also. So we will probably go with the northern group first, Intramuros, and then the southern group. And then if the southern group captures University of the Philippines, in the next turn, it moves against Rizal Stadium. I don't think the airborne boys will be able to do it. Now that leaves this area here. So we most likely may have to use this second group before that group is going to be here. Somebody has to capture that area. We're going to have to see whoever's available. And then we have the situation with the first cav. The first cav is facing a bloody street situation. And show you the table here with the bloody streets. Oops, there it is. So we're hoping for a 1 to 3. A 6 will throw a wrench into our plans because morale goes down. It'll go down to 9. We're going to spend 3 morale points to bring it to 10. And also a 5. So a 5 or 6 is going to be tough. But this situation that we have here, this one is a bloody streets. This guy's a 9. Okay, here he is. So this guy, we're not going to be able to overrun this guy. So I'm considering taking this division, moving out, and you can move out to a space that is not occupied by the Japanese. That would cost 2 because it's adjacent to Japanese units, and come here. Hopefully it'll be a unit that will be of lesser strength that we can overrun, then Quezon City, and then we take this unit. We just need to defeat it. Right now, if we attack it right away, we would need an overrun to go against the other 2. So those are the plans, but it all depends on what happens. So it's a tough situation. So let's get this thing started. We are in turn 8, and there's no reinforcements for turn 8. So we will have no reinforcements, no permanent withdrawals. We do have a leader mortality check, so let's do that now. And we have here a leader from the first cav. It would be real nice if he can come back to action right now, not next turn. So here we have the table. We have our first die roll for the night. Here we go. Oops, I rolled a bunch of dice. What happened there? Sorry. Wrong button. There we go. Okay, here we go. Roll 1d6. And it's a 3 light wound. He returns during the next turn. So, well, better than nothing, I suppose. So we pick him up and we place him in the turn 9 box. And that was the leader mortality check. Let me just do one thing here, just a second. Okay, we are 214, okay. Okay, now we're set. Okay, setting up the dice that were misplaced there. Okay, so that's the leader mortality phase. Go to the next phase. Random events. So this is important. We don't want that our 34th to be, what do you call it, paused. So we roll 3d6. Here we go. And the roll is an 11. 11 is going to be the most probable roll of all. That's going to be the civilians and refugees. So mandatory attacks, there's going to be a -1. And probably all of our attacks, most are going to be mandatory attacks. So that is the random event. We go to the next phase, the supply phase. And this is critical. We need a more than decent supply roll. We want to bring our 3 engineers, the 2 aircraft. Between those two, that's 6 plus 6, 12. And then we want to bring these unit of the 11th Airborne. That would be 2 more, that's 14. So we have to roll over 14 to get some artillery. So let's see what happens there. Okay, we roll 1d4. Here we go. Oh, 4 dice. And it's 8 plus 4, 12. So it's below the median. That is very low. So let's score the 12 there, supplies. That's very, very low. Okay. So let's take our 3 engineers for 6. One plane would be 9. We take the paratroops, it'll be 11, just 1 artillery. That's too little artillery there. We have how many groups attacking into urban terrain? We have 2 of the 34th and 1. Yeah, we need the 3 engineers. Okay, so this is 6, 9, 11, and 12. Yeah, that roll sucked. It was really bad. So that's going to be our 12 right there. So let's deduct it. Spent all of it. Oh, wait, I didn't purchase a morale point. We have to purchase a morale point. So gotta kiss that plane goodbye. Otherwise, all our rolls will be, the Japanese will get a +1. So we purchase a morale point in order to bring our morale to 10. It was at 9, so now it's at 10. Yeah, I had it in the score up there, 10, but it was at 9, and now it's at 10. Yep. Man. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring 3 engineers, artillery, and we place the airborne unit here in Nichols. Okay. We got 3 engineers and 1 artillery. 1 artillery. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Everything is going to hinge, really. We got to take Intramuros. Is this thing moving? Just a second here. Camera is moving profusely, so I have like a brake thing here. There you go. Okay, let's activate first these fellas. Have to go against Intramuros because it may be a fanatic. And we're going to find out now. Oh, wait, before that, we got to do Bloody Streets. Yep. Sorry about that. We got to do Bloody Streets first. Combat phase, Bloody Streets. Yes, here we are. So here we go. Let's pull out the Bloody Streets table. It's not it. It's this one. And we need 1, 2, or 3. So here we go. Okay, we dodged that one. So Bloody Streets is no effect there. Okay, let's get back here. Now we go to action rounds. And we have the 37th going into Intramuros. There you go. And now we're going to find out, what do the Japanese have in Intramuros? Let's see. And it's an Elite 8. Okay, let's pull out the information for elite units. We roll 3d6 and drop the lowest one. So it's going to be our lead unit. It was going to be our lead unit anyway. I'm supposed to mark it first. Okay, let's count the Japanese strength. We start with 8. We bring the table. Oh, these are crossed. Sorry, okay. 8 for the unit and 4 for the terrain. That's 12. Okay, so now morale is high. It's strong. We would get a, well, let's get our units first. We got our 6 for our tank, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 more units. So we are 6 for the tank and 11 total, right? What does he? Yeah, 11. Morale would be 12. Civilians brings it back to 11. And we bring our engineer. So that leaves us with 2 engineers. And with the engineer, now we're at 13. And we have the combined arm bonus, 14. That's just 2 over an elite unit. And we got to win this thing. We got 2 engineers and an artillery point left. Intramuros, if you don't take it, you don't win. So I'm going to throw the artillery there too. Our sole artillery. That's 15 to 12, only a 3-point spread. Gotta save the other support markers. So let's roll for the Japanese. Roll 3 and drop the lowest result. They dropped a 1. You're in 8. So the Japanese are a 20. Okay. We're at 15. We roll 2d6. Here we go. We need Intramuros, and we got an 8. So we are, I just got the buttons crossed here. Okay, we are 8 plus 15, that is 23. 23. So that is a success, but all our units are going to be flipped. So that's a success, and the Japanese unit is gone. There it is. That gives us 26 control. And let's flip these guys. So we're still on schedule, like the British say, I don't know, something like that. But we spent a lot of our resources, precious resources. And we gain 1 morale point because of the flag. That's right, John. Thank you. So morale is now at 11. Why is that important? So that we don't have to spend 3 supply points in the next turn. Of course, hoping that we don't get a repulse in any of these attacks in this one. So that's Intramuros. Now we have the other elements of the 34th. They should go. See, they don't have to go against University of Philippines now. We can let these guys take it, and they should go for Rizal Stadium. And we have Ben Dover. Welcome, Ben. So let's have them go now for Rizal Stadium. Clear the dice. And that will leave these northern elements that task the next turn. So here we go. We move here. And the good thing there is there's no effect because they were already flipped with that Banzai attack we did in the other turn, which was completely useless and dangerous. So let's calculate the strength for the Japanese. Okay, we start with a 9 for the unit and a 4 for the terrain. That's 13. We were going to designate the 7 anyway. Doesn't matter. So we start with 7. Mike H is here. Welcome. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other units. So we're at 12. Morale plus 1. Civilians and refugees brings it down to 12 again. And this is one of those areas that we need the combined arm bonus. We got to get an engineer in here. So we place our second engineer. We have 1 left. The engineer gives us 2 points for the engineer and 1 for the combined arm bonus. And that's all we have. We're not going to spend the last engineer. We got to save it for another attack. So this is, here we are. We're living on the edge here with this one. And the Japanese roll 2 dice. So here we go. And they roll a 4. Sounds good. So they're at 17. Now we roll 2d6. And we roll a 10. Boy, I erased the... We're at 10, so we are at 25. In normal circumstances, well, no, it wouldn't be an overrun. So that is a success. We spent our support there. And the defenders at Rizal Stadium are gone. That brings our control now to 27, and we gain another morale point. So morale is at 12. Let's flip these guys. And that concludes the 34th for this turn. So they are available for us to go against the Philippine Racing Club in case the 11th doesn't get there with a bunch of overruns, which is going to be tough. So we got the 11th. We got one engineer left for the combined arm bonus. It would be used up here. And I'm thinking about doing that move, trying to get or get rid of the fanatic. The thing is, if we beat that fanatic there, and then in the next turn, moving to Quezon City, and it's a fanatic, we lose the game because we can't get to the other one. But that division there that we have probably on its own can wipe out that fanatic. I see 7 lead plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units is a 13. Plus, well, a 13 versus a 12. It's cutting it close there without the engineer. Here, the 11th has to take at least these two. So let's get rolling with the 11th. And we can't divide them. They're too weak. Place them here. And let's see, what do the Japanese have? In Pasay McKinley Road, a fanatic 5. See? So it downgrade. We need an overrun to see, where's the fanatic? Here it is. In order to ignore, we need an overrun. So we're going to have to help out these guys. So let's calculate the strengths of the Japanese first. Okay, we start with 5 for the unit, and then 3 for the terrain. And yeah, I had to designate, but they're all 4s. I had to designate them before. Okay, we have that 4, and we have 2 more units in that stack. Oops. So it's 2 units in that stack, and it's 7 units additional total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 7. So we're in 11. Okay. There's a chance for an overrun. We're going to have to do it because if these guys take 2 areas, it makes our life easier for the next turn. So we're going to use our engineer just for the engineer effect. You can't see him there. Let's place him here. So that's our last engineer. And our strength goes up to 13. Okay. So that's all. Now we roll for the Japanese 2d6. Here we go. And they roll a 5. Okay. We're in the game here with that 5. Let's see if we can do that overrun. Erase that. Here we go. Okay, so we put back the hitting the wrong buttons today. I don't know what's going on here. There you go. I know what it is. Okay, I know what it is. Okay. Well, it's 13 to 13 right now, and we rolled 2d6. Here we go. And we rolled a 5. Ah, man. The difference is 5. There's no overrun. So it means this is a stalemate. Oh, man. Okay, that would be a success degraded to a stalemate. Man, that sucks. So we flip all these guys. Yeah, seems the paratroopers are going to need help from the 34th somehow. And that means we're going to have a bloody street situation in the last turn here. Man, that sucks. By one little point. And we don't have any more, supports. So these guys are on their own here. This stack is a 7, 8, 7 plus 6, 13. They're going to be a 13 because morale goes up 1, down 1. These guys are a 12. We're not going to get an overrun. No. Let's move them this way. There will be 2 here and 4 here, and hope that these guys are weaker than the guys at Rosario Heights. And that cost 6 movement points. 1, 2, plus 4. Okay, so let's take a look at the combat situation here. Let's see what the Japanese have here in San Francisco. Okay, Sniper 5. We'll take it, not bad. Let's put on the result here. Sniper 5. We place a leader in the out of action box after combat resolution. Okay, and we have a leader there. Okay, so we calculate the Japanese strength. Japanese have 5 for the unit, plus 3 for the terrain. We have our 7 here. It's the lead unit. 7. And, 7. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional units. So we're at 13 morale, 14 civilians, down to 12, to 13 again. No support. 13 against 8. So that's it. So here we go. We roll for the Japanese 2d6. And they roll a 6. So the Japanese are a 14. Okay. Okay. So, come on. We need a high roll for an overrun here. We roll 2d6. And we are a 11. 11 plus 13 is 24. So that is an overrun, okay? So that means that that Japanese unit is gone. Okay. Place a control marker here. We're going to have to place the leader in the out of action box. So we have an overrun. Let's add the control. We got 28 areas, but this leader goes to the out of action box. And the out of action box is not a pretty sight, as you will see here. Let's say pretty grim. But we're still in this thing here. And this group, we have to activate it. There's no other group to activate. So now they move into Quezon City. This is going to be our lead unit. Let's clear the counter down here. And let's see what the Japanese have in Quezon City. A fanatic, of course. Damn. And it's a 10. I think, boy, they're going to get stuck here. You can't overrun this guy. So this is going to be a stalemate in the best case scenario. Maybe a repulse is not so bad, but it's going to be tough here. Going to be tough. Okay, so the Japanese are a 10 for the unit and 3 for the terrain. We are a 7 for the unit and 5 units now, not 6. Morale, 13. Civilians down to 12. We're down 1 here. There's nothing else to add. So here we go. The Japanese roll 2d6. And the Japanese are rolling low today. That's a 4. They're a 17. We roll 2d6. And we are a 9. We're at 21. So that is a success degraded to a stalemate because of the fanatic effect, which is a killer, especially in these stages of the game. So that's another bloody street situation we're going to have for the last turn. So the first armor, the first cav has its work cut out for it for in the next turn. Oh boy. So those are the combat action rounds. Nothing else. What we have is this unit here, which cannot make it here with these guys. If we place it here, well, it doesn't do anything there. It would be 1, 2. Oh yeah, I think it doesn't make it because there's Japanese units here. It would be 1, 2 here, and 3 to enter here would be 5. Can't make it. Those guys are like on vacation. So where to move those guys, I don't know. I don't know where to move them. They could make a... No, they can't even make a banzai attack here because they don't have enough movement points. So they're just going to stay there. I don't think we can do anything with them, frankly. So that's the situation at the end of the combat phase. Now we go to the end phase. Now morale goes down by 1 point. And now we're gonna, let me get off that artillery point. We don't have it. It's spent. Now let's flip all the units. So I'll put all the cameras to change there while we do that. Place the civilian card back for the other events. Gonna have 2 bloody street situations coming up. Okay, so that was the end phase. Now we move on to the last turn of the game. Oops. March 2nd to the 4th. We got 28 areas. Got to capture, what is it? It's 34. I capture 6. That's a lot. Make sure we got this right. Yeah, we got 25 that we've captured, plus 3 that we start the game with is 28. We got to get to 34. 6. Has to be like an exceptional turn here. Oh, forgot to flip these guys. It's going to fall all on the 34th division. Let's see. I have these guys are going to have to go in here and take the University of the Philippines. These guys, we need them to overrun the Philippine Racing Club because the 11th Airborne is stuck here. We need these guys to come here. The 11th Airborne at least has to take this area. And if these guys overrun here, they can fall on these guys. Thing is, if any of these down here fail, then there's no wiggle room. These guys have to take the first cav, Quezon City and Rosario Heights. So we need a victory here. No way these guys are going to overrun a 10. It's going to be really, really hard. Maybe if we roll a lot of supply points, we pound them with aircraft, lower their rating. Maybe, overrun at 10. That is something. So this is tough, folks. This is tough. Okay, so let's go. The first phase, reinforcements, and we have the leader of the first cav. He makes it on time here. That'll be a +1. That's something. That's the only reinforcement we have. No withdrawals. No leader mortality checks. The random event. Let's hope it's one of those pause events which don't apply in the 9th turn. So here's the table, and we roll 3d6. And it is 5, 9. It's again civilians and refugees. Makes our job more difficult. Got to capture a lot of areas this turn. So that was the random events phase. Now comes the most critical supply phase in the whole game. Want to be able to bring our 3 engineers, use aircraft, all that stuff. So let's see. In terms of units to bring back, I don't think we'll be bringing back anybody. Oh, wait, we did have a leader mortality check. Yes, we got to do this leader mortality check. We didn't do it. The only thing that can happen here is that he returns for this turn. So let's see if that happens. Okay, so let's do the leader mortality check here. We roll 1d6. We need a 1 or a 2, and it is a 1. Good. So he goes back with the first cav boys, 2. Can't complain. Okay, so let's get back to the supply phase. Okay. Here we go. Critical roll here. We roll 4d6. And here we go. And the roll is, what's that? 2, 2, 1, 5. That 2 is like cocked there. Why did the dice do that thing? Yeah. 2, 2, 1. I should re-roll that 2. That 2 could be almost a 6, right? It's incredible. You buy this program, Digital Dice, and you have a cocked die. Roll again. Okay, I'm going to roll that 1 die again. So it's 2, 1, 5. So that's 8. So we roll 1 more die to see what it is, because that's a cocked die. 1 more die. We're at 8 plus 2, 10. Well, folks, it was great, this series. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. 10 supply points. Here we go. 10 supply points. At least morale is 11. This is going to be very, very tough. 10 supply points. Let's see, start with an engineer for 2. An air support is 3. Already spent half of them. Another artillery. 7 and 3. I think that's the best mix we can do. And 3 artilleries. 4, 7, 10. I think that's the best we can do. Gives us a little flexibility. And that's going to be it. So. That's a supply phase. Okay. So now we go to Bloody Streets, and we have a double whammy this turn, Bloody Streets. So morale can still go down to 9 if we lose these 2. So let's hope that doesn't happen. So let's bring the Bloody Streets table. And we roll 1d6. And it is a 1, no effect. Okay. I go to the other Bloody Streets here at Pasai McKinley Road. We roll 1d6. This one is a 6. Flip the units to spent and reduce morale by 1. So we reduce morale to 10 and flip the units to spent. Yeah, I think that's going to spell doom to the entire game. Man. The 34th has to do everything here. Man, that sucked. Okay, that was a Bloody Streets. So, yeah, that was terrible. Okay, the 34th. I have some faith in these guys. Going against the University of the Philippines here. Let's get this table out. So let's see what the Japanese have there in the fort. An Elite 9. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Let's bring the table here. It's 9 for the elite unit, and we were going to give it to the tank anyway, our lead unit. Plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 13. We start at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 1 plus 4. 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. still below. We're going to have to use our engineer for the combined arm. Morale goes up and then down again. So bring an engineer. And we have one engineer left, one aircraft left, and 3 artilleries. Okay. So with the engineer, we go up to 13, and the combined arm bonus is 14. And I think we have to roll with that because gotta leave the other resources, in theory, for the other attacks. Okay, so here we go. Oh, these are elite guys. Wait a second. These are elite guys. They're going to drop the lowest result. Yeah, it's going to be a killer. Might as well use our air support. Yeah, hopefully we won't run into other elite guys. Yeah. Because if we lose this one, the game's over, right? Because there's no overrun, there's no nothing. Actually, there can't be an overrun here. Okay, Riff, I don't think you're missing too much. Okay, so let's start by rolling for the effect of the air unit. So we roll 1d6 and deduct it from the Japanese result. Only a 1. So the Japanese are a 12. And now we roll for the Japanese. 3d6 and we drop the lowest result. Here we go. And they rolled 6, 4, 1, so it's going to be 6, 4. They are a 10. So the Japanese are 22. And we're 14. So here we go. We roll 2d6. And we're a 5, so that's a 19. So that's a repulse. And that's the end of the game right there, actually. So repulse, we lose our tank unit. All the other units are flipped. And morale goes down to 9. And we still have an engineer, but it's going to be impossible. You know why? Because even if these guys win, they can't overrun because it's a fort. And these fellows here are spent. And assuming that these guys take these 2 spaces, we still lose. We still lose because we failed to capture these 2 areas here. We failed to capture actually 3 areas. Failed to capture the University of the Philippines and these 2. So I don't think it's worth playing it out. I mean, you guys know the mechanics, right? I think concession will save some American lives here. Yeah, there's no way we can win. That's the situation, and that's the end of the playthrough. And I really like the game a lot. It's the first time I played the whole thing. I had played like a few turns before to get the hang of it, but this is a game that you have to plan because you cut swaths with your units, and then if you leave too many behind, you can't go back. So, Rizal, I didn't know that. Francisco Javier. Rizal was a family name, one of the leaders of the revolt against Spain. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a really fun game. I'm looking forward to the next installment. It's the Battle of Berlin. You play the Russians because the Germans are more the static side. Thank you, Thomas. I enjoyed this, and I'm still getting the hang of controls, and once it becomes second nature, I can dedicate more of my brain to strategies, and it'll be, yeah. I don't want to see Big Mac right now. Okay. You ordered it last week. Great. So, thanks, Paul. And also, Paul and Pete, you're always on the ball there. Make sure I stay within the bounds of the rules. So, yep. A little short, and it was not looking good. So, that's it for now. I have a couple of other games I'm thinking about doing, so I'm going to take like a 2-3 day pause, and then we probably see something. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Stephen. And yeah, I hope that, I don't think the mistakes were awful. They were like not designating a unit before it, but we were using the armored units as lead units anyway. So yeah, so this is going to be all for today, folks. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here all these days and supporting me in this. I really enjoy this format. So I will be seeing you again in the next one. Like I always say, this is Stuka Joe signing off for now. Thanks for watching, guys.